Iowa State wide receiver Jayden Higgins is one of the best wide receivers in the 2025 NFL draft class, and I'm here to show you why. Welcome back to the All Pro Football Data channel, where we break down the numbers that matter most when it comes to NFL prospects. Today, we got a special breakdown for you. Jayden Higgins has been one of the most exciting wide receiver prospects to watch coming out of Iowa State. And when you look at his numbers, it's clear why. The first thing that stands out, market share, a huge indicator of how much a receiver contributes to their overall team's offense. And let me tell you, Higgins has done very well in this area. Higgins scored in the 80th percentile in total offensive market share, meaning he's a central piece of Iowa State's offense, not just in the passing game, but overall. And that's a great start for any prospect, showing that he can handle a major role at the college level. Moving on to the receiving market share, Higgins ranked 79th percentile, which is excellent as well. It means he's consistently a top target in the passing game, racking up receptions and yardage at a higher rate. But that's not all. He's also a major red zone threat. Higgins scored in the 76th percentile in touchdown market share, meaning he's not just getting touches, but he's getting them in high value situations, finding the end zone at a strong rate. He also had a 49th percentile score in touchdown percentage, which, while not high, still shows he's a regular contributor to his team's scoring. Now, Higgins does have some areas for improvement. His yards per reception came in the 35th percentile, which is a little bit lower than we'd expect from a high-level prospect. This could indicate that while he's a reliable target, he might not always break off huge chunk plays. But don't let that fool you. He still brings a lot to the table. Higgins also brings some upside with his age score. He ranked in the 73rd percentile. This means he's a relatively young prospect with room to grow, which is always a good thing for teams looking for a player who could develop into a future star. Now, let's get into a really important number, MSA rating. This takes into account a bunch of different factors like his market share, strength of schedule, and age score. Higgins scored a very impressive 89th percentile in his MSA rating, which means when you adjust for competition and how much he contributed, Higgins stands out as one of the better wide receivers in this draft class. On top of that, his pass score, which combines his MSA rating and touchdown percentage and yards per reception, came in at 80th percentile, again putting him in strong company when it comes to his overall efficiency and production. All right, let's talk about his athleticism. Higgins didn't perform well in production stats. He also tested well in key physical metrics. His explosive lower body strength score came in at a phenomenal 92nd percentile. This measures his ability to explode off the line and break tackles with sheer power. Combine that with his 81st percentile speed score, which looks at his mass relative to his 40-yard dash time, and you've got a well-rounded athlete who can do it all. One of Higgins' standout areas also, other than his athleticism, is the red zone. He scored a 99th percentile in red zone receiving, meaning he's a go-to guy when the field gets tight and every yard counts. His TD percentage in the red zone is in the 97th percentile, and he also scored in the 91st percentile for catches of 15-plus yards in the red zone. That's a big deal. He's not just a short yardage threat. He could still make big plays when it matters most. Another area to look at is his third down and situational statistics. When it comes to crunch time situations like third down, Higgins delivers. His third down production score came in at an impressive 89th percentile, showing that he can come through when his team needs a big play. On the flip side, his second down production came in at just 37th percentile, but his first down production was in the 96th percentile. So he's a chain mover and a reliable option in key moments, but he does need to improve a little bit in terms of second down situations based on how he performed in college. Now, another area to look at in terms of Higgins is also his expected approximate value score, which was 87th percentile, which means he's projected to be a solid, productive NFL player, potentially even a Pro Bowl caliber receiver in the right system. Right now, he's ranked as wide receiver 10 in this class based on data, but don't let that fool you. He has all the upside to become a long-term starter and a key contributor for any team. Next up, we get to a player comparison. When we look at a player comparison, the closest match to Higgins is former wide receiver Chad Hansen. Now, Hansen didn't exactly have the career you want to see from a top prospect, but his metrics and overall profile closely mirror Higgins. If Higgins can improve on some of those key efficiency stats, he could certainly outperform Higgins or Hansen's career trajectory. So the biggest difference between Higgins and Hansen is that Hansen was more of a hyper flexible wide receiver prospect, whereas Higgins is more explosive more than anything else. He's very explosive in terms of his explosive lower body strength, but they have very similar production from a efficiency standpoint, which is why the comparison makes so much sense. They also are very similar in terms of their age and their MSA and pass score. So, is Higgins the next big thing at wide receiver? With his strong production numbers, athleticism, and ability to perform in critical situations, there's a lot to be excited about. Of course, he still has room for growth, especially in terms of yards per reception and consistency on second down situations, but his upside is undeniable. Let me know what you think. Do you think that Higgins has the potential to be an NFL star? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more in-depth breakdowns of NFL draft prospects. We'll be back with more data-driven analysis soon.